I just had a thought earlier. So, how many of you are familiar with the Disney Channel show Bunk'd? It's a Disney Channel sitcom. The one that's the spin-off of Jessie. Has all these familiar kids in it. And they're all at Camp Kikiwaka. That's the name of the summer camp they're at. I hardly watch the show, but I do remember some aspects of it. There's one thing in this show that I find particularly messed up, and it has to do with a kid who's not of the main cast. It also has to do with Disney Channel's questionable use of humor in child sitcoms. You know how sometimes sitcoms write serious and messed up situations, and they use humor to, I don't know, kind of make it funny, I guess? This character here is a prime example. His name is Timmy, and he was a minor character on the show. He wasn't in a lot of episodes, but he did kind of leave a mark, I guess. Basically, he was an attendee at the camp, and Gladys, the runner of the summer camp, kicked him out because he couldn't be there anymore. Gladys kicked him out because he wasn't supposed to be there or allowed to be there anymore. He overstayed his welcome. And Gladys didn't want him to stay or even cared about him anyway. In one episode, Gladys found him still on the premises as his parents still haven't come to pick him up, and she basically told him to get. And I repeat, his parents never came for him, and Gladys told him to get. He was revealed again in another episode where he looks more unkempt than before. His parents still haven't come to pick him up, and he's still at the camp, and still in the woods, and he's all messed up. I'm surprised he didn't starve or thirst to death. At the end of his run on the show, of his welcome, he basically gives up on being in Kikiwaka again, gives up on his family coming back for him, and he basically chooses to stay in the woods or whatever, living a fair life, living it with this other guy named Doug. And also a Kikiwaka mother, I believe. That's what AI said. Again, I vaguely remember this show. But yeah, that's basically what happens to Timmy on this show. He gets abandoned by his parents, gets told to leave by an authority figure, and now he's living like an animal. This is one of those situations when it comes to sitcoms, when you look back, you see that this is not funny, this is really messed up. And it makes me wonder what the writers were thinking. Like, were they trying to be funny? Because nothing about this is funny. This is child endangerment, neglect, and abuse. It's also worth noting something Hazel did in the show. She's another character. In one episode, Timmy finally gets a check from his parents to go back home, but Hazel ends up ripping the check to pieces because his parents misspelled Kikiwaka. Again, child abuse, neglect, endangerment. Absolutely no one is helping him. His parents themselves never come to pick him up. He's left behind by everyone, and no one is doing anything about it. And Disney Channel made comedy out of this. There is nothing funny or comedic about this situation. I decided to make a video on this because it's one of those intrusive thoughts that I had. I also wanted to expand my content that I post, and also let this be a reminder that companies like Disney should be very careful about what they do with their comedy. Not everything should be made funny, and serious situations like this should be dealt with sensitively. Let this be a reminder that Disney Channel and sitcoms and people in general can always do better.